guys, welcome back. Yeah, this is really kind of exciting. This is a figure I've been waiting for a long time. This is Jive. This is Fanstoys version of Jazz. I think it's been 2 years since they first announced it, maybe a year and a half. I can't remember, but I got this from Toy Agabus, and like I said, not everything's from Shozy. I always like Toy Agabus. They send you something. They always have like some personal note they put on there. You guys saw my first name, no big deal. Also, you already see the price that I paid for, you know, $153.40. Had like a $5 discount on there or something like that. But and it's pretty cool to see this figure come in. I have a lot of admiration for the character Jazz, especially the fact that he's played by, you know, a very, very influential black musician and actor of this time, which is Scatman Crothers. And he was an amazing individual. We'll get into him a little bit later, but I just wanted to take a first look into this version of Jazz. And the box, I love how that jab that comes out. It's almost like it's popping off the top of the box a little bit. I think that's cool. And to me, just by looking even at this back of the figure, I'm like, hey, that's like rocks right out the screen, man. It's amazing what they're doing now. You know, I know we said this before. Make sure I got this on top. It's amazing what they're doing now with masterpieces. They're really making them so much like, you know, they've just walked off the screen. And some people don't like that. I understand that. I understand that there's some people just want a figure that's maybe more reminiscence of some reality, what we have, the cars and stuff we have. And they don't want to see so much too accuracy. They want to see some realisticness with it. So see, that has its accessories next to it in the box, and you know, these speakers and what is this? Oh, it's part of his launcher shoulder cannon, which you never really do see in the G1 cartoon. And that's another topic that I wanted to address here for the items that they have in here that is, some people say, many of these masterpieces we get, how is that they're not shown but once in a cartoon, and they make the accessory of that particular item. Jazz is, we'll get to it later, but Jazz has that thing he throws out, grappling hook or whatever. And I'm going to prove to you guys that some things they make is used more than once. So anyway, just getting the figure out, trying to get it situated, and just watching my segment length here. I know there were some things that people were saying about the figure that had to be straightened up, like the legs. My legs on this one kind of look fine. I don't know what, in the shoulders, I know there was some issue with the shoulder right out the box that had to be reset inside of here. And I'm going to take a look at this real quick to make this more stable, I guess. And some of the, I know these ratchets here are pretty tough on this figure. I'm making sure when I'm talking, I'm actually putting this on the camera good enough. I'm not really sure how this works yet, so I'll take a deeper dive into it and off camera, and then make sure I come back and it's set up the way it needs to be, so we won't be wasting too much. I won't be wasting too much time on this video. So, all right, no further ado. Let me do that. So my Jazz actually came out of the box pretty fit. I'm just trying to move this piece way in here. There's a piece that I keep pushing up to lock the shoulder in place, but it came pretty fit. They said the bottom tabs sometimes come out, and the legs are not adjusted, but mine came out fine. Maybe that's speaking to Toy Agabus. Maybe they proof checked stuff, or maybe they just didn't get bounced around in shipping so much. So once I get this tab in here in place and locked in place, just wanted to show it real quick. I'm probably not doing a good job of showing it on the camera. Moving that in place to lock the shoulders in. It's really, we're getting back to the old school Fanstoys when things are kind of difficult to lock into place. But it looks like on this side you can see it better, that this piece that I'm moving has come up, and maybe that's just where it needs to be to lock this, in place. So it's right here, and then we'll get the other shoulder done, and then be ready to talk, I guess, if we want to do that. Yeah, I think I got them. Just gonna fold everything back in, and we'll get to a place where we can talk a little bit about the figure. It comes with accessories over here next to Make Toys version of Jazz. You can see there's quite a bit of difference between these two toys, especially when it comes to size. And I was always hoping when the next Jazz that came out would be taller. I always thought he should be a taller figure. You see Jazz in episodes with Perceptor, who was a very big G1 toy, like Blaster and stuff. You want to see them size up better with the current masterpiece levels, and see that happen that way. With two faces, that's cool. And one face is, I guess, a funny face and a more serious face. And his speakers, nothing I'm gonna get into majorly about this toy, but Jazz, as far as the look is concerned, he looks if I do throw a pickup, he just walks off the screen here, even more so than this one, even though this face is not so far off in my opinion on Make Toys, but as far as this guy right here, he's like, he walks, his body shape, his body, the slenderness of his body, and he may not always look the same as what pics we throw up. When you go to the cartoon, you know how the cartoon varies with the images of characters, that he looks very, very tune accurate, especially in the face. And I think that's the look a lot of people, when I see the shoulders go up and down based on how you want him to look, I think he looks probably more better down. But I think this is what people are looking for. Yeah, size-wise as well as look-wise.
Ain't she sweet? See her walking down the street. I'll ask you very confidentially. Ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look her over once or twice. I'll ask you very confidentially. Ain't she sweet? Oh, me, oh, my. Look in my baby's direction. Oh, me, oh, my. Ain't that perfection? I repeat. Don't you think my baby's neat? I'm asking you very confidentially. Ain't she sweet? Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Talking about, don't you? She called it shiny.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. Stop me, do me, oh, man. Stop me, don't me, do. Shut up, shut up. Oh, me, oh, my. Look in my baby's direction. Oh, me, oh, my. And it's got perfection. Shabby-dooby, I repeat. Don't you think my baby's sweet? I'll have you very confidentially. Ain't she sweet? Ain't she sweet? Oh, me, oh, my. you think my baby's sweet? I'm asking you very confidentially. Ain't she sweet? Ain't she sweet? Ain't she sweet?
And the list goes on and on with Scatman Crothers. He's been in television, he's been in music, he's been with friends like Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I never even barely touched, but one movie that he did, something well known like The Shining. But it's just great to see them choose him as the character voice of Jazz, and just to have that beautiful man voice in here, giving him such a tone and depthness to his character. And I really... it makes the 80s, is like I said before, maybe, that the 80s set an example for the decades that followed. It's hard to get back, even the music groups, even rock groups, even music that, culturally speaking, some people, even from cultures, wouldn't really care for naturally. The 80s had everything that everybody liked. I grew up during the 80s, I know. So it was just a beautiful decade, and I just wanted to bring a little tribute to him, with the Jazz video. Just showing you how the lineup is. Finally, he's tired. Funny, we have a figure shorter than Nightbird in RC. And he still is basically shorter than Nightbird in RC. That's quite funny. But nonetheless, he at least is taller than the Make Toys and the previous offerings they had, so... I was going to get into the feel real quick. It's no brainer. I always feel maybe I'll have to cut out the feel section when it comes to Fanstoys figures, because they all feel just wonderful. Die-cast filled figure. He's not super heavy though. I mean, he's got heft because of the die-cast, but he's not like super heavy or nothing like that. So I doubt he's at a pound, but he may be close. He may be a pound. I'm not going to give my scale out to find out, but he feels great. And as far as articulation, might as well move into that real quick. Very tight ratchets. I've seen this on other videos as well. And head can look down. It can do the transformation, can really look down, and the up is wonderful. Great up look. And I wish they steal from the important. I guess I'm a little picky when it comes to hands. I wish they would. That's about as much you're gonna get on the elbow. Would give more. At least give. I know they give you the pointer finger there isn't a curve, so you can't really straighten it out. These curvy fingers, but I do wish they would on some of the more important figures. Just give them 5 fingers. Figure out a way to make the hand smaller, but yet. They can still be better. So anyway, we'll keep hollering about that. The speakers, they said we didn't have the speakers accessories, but you can just pretend these side packs are speakers. They're kind of speaker-like, I guess. I don't know. So I'm just gonna get the flaps up and just see what else it can do articulation-wise. Been already some pretty good videos out on this guy. It's a little stuck here on the flap, very tight. And, I didn't check the ab crunch, but there is an ab crunch on it. Okay. All right. And waist swivel. I'm not going to overdo it, but yeah, there's a waist swivel on it. And, of course, the Van Damme, no brainer. They usually don't use ratchets on the going out. They usually use that on the up and down and the knee bend, so... Actually, this one's got really, really good articulation when it comes to that. Getting this Monty going is not exactly something you can do with every figure, so that's actually pretty good. So I have no doubt about the articulation, and I don't know, the feet seem kind of stiff. I guess you can loosen the tab here, and I don't think it twists. It may have some twisting parts there, but I think it's going to start messing with the transformation. So maybe a little lacking there in the feet, but... who cares? This guy looks great. So I'm not going to do too much with too much else. I can just put a few things in his hand, but other than that, I'll probably just I'll see how it clips in, more toward the back of the gun, goes into the back of the finger joint, seem like. So it's not going nowhere. It gets in there, it's in there. It's in there, buddy. It ain't going nowhere. So, and I'm not going to clip those on, and I'm not going to worry about the faces right now. Kind of trying to get this out at least on New Year's Day. So this is really right before New Year's. So I'm recording this. So by the time I get done, I'm sure it'll be New Year's Day, and I hope we can get it out by then. So yeah, next thing, transformation. I heard it's kind of complicated. Let's see how far I get or how easy it ends up for me. Good size comparisons here with the characters here. I even had see, she stands a little, I say they're about head to head, except for that big backpack on Nightbird. Since I showed a little clips from there earlier. I had Make Toy's arm out to hold her up because the feet are, I don't care what nobody says, the RCs, the Nightbird's feet from Takara, they're terrible. I mean, you know, I like the figures, but the feet are terrible. And this is how he matches up with Starscream. Even the Takara Starscream towers over him. But see, in my take, you know, when I'm doing animations, this is good. This is pretty much well sized. So if the DS one would be a little big, so I'll have to pair them up that way. So let's get on to transformation. Oh no, man. This guy was a piece of work. I mean, it was doable. It was doable, man. But you know, you gotta wonder. Did it have to be so complicated in doing this? Let me bring my light down so I can have a little better light. Well, I think it's better. Yeah, this was a transformation, man. It was a transformation. This guy's, I thought this guy wasn't the perfect one, but it's not bad. I might not be getting rid of Make Toys too soon just for transformation mode. This does transform and it does get to where it needs to go in the end, but you do need to be careful during certain spots, especially when it comes into a tab that's underneath the head, a blue tab that you want to use to support while you're lining up the midsection and folding things in. I didn't take too many pictures of it because I figured if you watch the videos closely and you're careful, like even with the doors that you fold the rear view mirrors out from inside the door, you should, you know, being experienced masterpiece collectors now, you should look out for stuff like that. Just take your time. That's the main thing. Like, so for years of work, just take your time. Don't get in a hurry to do something until you really get better at doing it. And still, don't get in too much of a hurry just in case. Yeah, I'm seeing some tab issues here, but for the most part, it's together. I think my opinion, is overcomplicated. I think the transformation should have been simplified a little bit more. I like the arm twist when one arm is going one way, one arm is going the other way. I think that's kind of cool, but it might even be something to go with G1 related. The wheels, you know, depending on the positions, some are spinning freer than others. This right wheel's doing good. I think that my left wheel's tight, but on my towel is okay. And something's still probably not totally right in here because I'm still feeling a rubbing on a regular surface. So yeah, I can see it, you know, right now. I'm not gonna make a big deal over it. I think eventually I'll get it up higher and tab it in place. More likely it's probably just some tab in there. I need to get it more synced in place. It's not a big deal. I'm just glad I was able to do it. So you see the size comparisons here. You got Wheeljack Plus version. You got a Wild Rider. Not Wild Rider. You got a Dead End. And you got Mirage. What is this? The Deformation Space one, or the TEO3, I'm sorry. TEO3 one. It all runs together for me. You see how they look together. They look actually really good together. You know, that's a good lineup right there. Sorry I didn't get my May toys. It's nighttime now, and it's very late, and I just didn't get the May toys done up. It would be cool to get this done up. Maybe at the end of the video, I have this just put a pickup with them if I'm able to get that done in my leisure. But right now, this is what you got. We have gone through probably just about everything. The look of this is beautiful, man. It's a beautifully painted as you would expect from Fanstoys. Feel is just the same, you know, well die casted out, and you know, there's no articulation of pretty much. And I would say anything about the mechanics of it in this alt mode is the fact that it doesn't. You really got to get things right, or you'll be squeezing things together constantly. So yeah, for the most part, my stuff is staying together. Just for this arm down here, I got to get squared away. But beautiful figure. Another good Fanstoys release. I won't say it's great because the bot mode looks great, but in the transformation wise, you're not going to want to transform this thing a lot. I mean, this one I'm sure it's just much easier bot to transform, and these are great ones to transform. This is okay. This is good because it's older masterpiece. This is not the easiest thing to transform, but I tell you what, I think I had an easier. It's still better than this. So. No further ado, I don't want to hold this any longer. You know, you guys enjoy what you get. Make sure you take your time with it, and then it shouldn't go far wrong, you know, when you do that. So you guys have a great New Year's Day. May this year start off for you with blessings, and put away anything that's unforgiveness, and start anew. Make this year a year for appreciating what God has done for all of us. So no further ado. Take care. Happy New Year.
Don't you think my baby's sweet? I'll have to Ain't she sweet? Ain't she sweet?